Todd Huff.
All right, I'm going to need some help here this morning on Inauguration Day. I need to know if anyone out there can tell me when I'm supposed to scream at the universe. Ah! Biden's president, ah! Can someone help me with that? I also need to know when I need to start saying, not my president, impeach 46. I'll need some help with that because, candidly, I don't think like that. Neither do you. Welcome to the program here on a day that many of you, all of you, virtually, have been dreading. But here we are. Inauguration Day, 2021. We've gone through stuff post-election. We've had all the questions, concerns, all those things that, of course, we've gone through and hear pretty extensively and on a regular basis. But here we stand at the time, this time live, depending upon when you're listening to this. Biden is about 6 hours from being sworn in as president of the United States. Welcome to the program. Fret not, friends. There's plenty to be hopeful for. I'm going to go through some things this morning, kind of paint a picture. Maybe reminisce a little bit, share some things with you that I probably haven't shared before. If you have questions, thoughts, emails, or opinions, anything like that to share, you can email me. The email address, todd@toddofshow.com. You can even send your hate mail. I'll read a little bit once depending on what it is. I mean, for example, if it's something that you just have a disagreement on me, that's cool. I'll listen to that. We can have discussion and debate around that. But if it's hate-filled rhetoric, I'll probably get to the first point in the email where that is said, and I will discard and ignore. So todd@toddofshow.com is the email for that. And let me encourage you again, the best way as we look at the realities of the landscape that we are living within or facing here in the foreseeable future is that, there are folks that want to silence the things that we are talking about, and they have big platforms like Facebook and Twitter. They've talked about getting rid of Newsmax. That's right, CNN folks are saying Newsmax, OAN, all of these folks need to be done away with because these, of course, are dangers to our republic. Or excuse me, they don't say republic, they say our democracy. So the best way to stay in touch and avoid all of that is to subscribe to our email list. Totally free. It is something that I think about, though, regularly now. What happens if they try to separate you and I, which, of course, they think about. Some folks want to throw the switch today. They wanted to throw it a long time ago because, of course, if you're a Republican, if you voted for Trump, if you're a conservative, you're a danger to society. You're an insurrectionist, a seditionist, and you need to be treated as such, and your platform should be taken away from you. So email, or the way to join the email newsletter, toddhuffshow.com/subscribe. Those go out on Tuesdays with the help of my teammate, Pedals. Pedals helps take care of that, and it's good to have her help, and it's good to have you here with us this morning. I want to start with just kind of reminiscing a little bit. I remember, and I listened to this Trump speech yesterday, his farewell address, and I've got some sound bites ready to play. There's a lot I want to share. It's about a 20-minute speech, give or take. There's a lot I want to share, and I think a lot that's interesting and important. I think good in many parts of that speech yesterday. It was a good overall speech. But I think that, I'm not sure what I want to play. Just kind of feel where the program heads this morning. But I want to start by telling you something I don't think I've ever shared with you before. And I remember, I go back in time as we're preparing for the 2016 election. I started this program in August of 2015. It started as a podcast in our bedroom in my wife's closet. I got to be careful how I say that, because if I say my wife's bedroom closet, people think they don't share a bedroom, whatever. No, same bedroom, different closets. Program started in there years ago. Now we're in the home studio with a different setup and equipment and so forth. But anyway, That's where it started back in August of 2015. So this was right around the time that Trump came down that escalator. I wasn't even podcasting yet. Wasn't even podcasting whenever that all began. I was ramping up to do that, but I hadn't yet. So this program kind of, while we didn't have anything directly to do with, what that movement was in its infancy, the MAGA movement. I mean, in another way, we totally did, right? I mean, we shared a lot of the same, and we share a lot of the same vision to return America to its greatness, its constitutional founding, to trust the citizen and the individual, not the government to make our decisions, low taxes, low bureaucracy, freedom of speech, press, religion, actually have robust debate instead of silencing people, those sorts of things, the right to keep and bear arms, on down the list, right? These are the things that America oftentimes says that it believes in, that she believes in, but many in America don't believe in these things, and we can see that by their actions. But I remember when Trump came down the escalator with Melania in, June or July of 2015, announcing his presidency. I'm going to tell you something that I've never said, not because it just never really came up, just as I've been reflecting here. I remember my wife, she either called or texted me saying Trump has announced he's running for president. And I'm just going to be honest, my first thought was, oh boy, this is going to be interesting. I didn't know much about his politics. I only knew him really, I guess. I mean, everybody, if you grew up in the era that I did, and many of you did, you could not know who Donald Trump was. You may not have known much about him specifically, but you knew who he was. And, I had seen some of The Apprentice. In fact, when my wife and I were dating, I don't know if we watched the whole season of one, but that was my introduction to Trump. And I don't know, I didn't really like that, to be quite honest. I didn't know what to think, and I just was gathering my thoughts. But it wasn't far into the process at all when I thought, hey, what this guy's saying is exactly what needs to be said in the Republican Party. Which the Republican Party, that's a whole other discussion to have, right? But in 2015, and I remember saying this on the podcast back then, which you can listen to archives, toddfshow.com/listen. We've got every podcast. You can go back to our very first podcast. But I remember distinctively, back in 2015 as we were moving towards the choosing of the candidates and so forth, or who our candidate would be, the primary process. I remember thinking there's two problems with the Republican Party, two main problems. Number one, the Republican Party is not conservative enough. Those that get elected, those that are in positions of leadership often in the Republican Party, and this isn't a blanket statement, there are exceptions to the rule, but in generally speaking, these folks are not, I don't know if they lose their principles once they get into power. I don't know if they never really had it to begin with. Maybe it's a combination thereof. But oftentimes the people who are calling the shots or who are running for office, who are holding elected office at various levels in the Republican Party, they're not true principled conservatives. They're just not conservative. They really believe in the growth of government. Their faith is in the government. They've oftentimes come to the conclusion that their perspective, their involvement in making decisions in the lives of people is necessary because it's an elixir, folks. It is something that draws you in, this power. And I think even well-meaning sometimes Republicans, conservatives get caught up in this and they lose their way, their principles. We've seen this with Tea Party candidates. Some of them have gotten to D.C. and they've become just like the Republicans, the country club Republicans or the establishment Republicans. But the other problem was Republicans were, and still are in many ways, a bunch of wimps. In fact, you've already seen this begin to take hold in the absence of Trump, or what was setting up to be the absence of Trump in Washington, D.C. in a position of power starting today here in a couple of hours. But you've seen the wimpiness. And as I've said on here before, and I will say again, and I think this is demonstrably true. I don't think you have to be even a student of politics or history to know this. I just think you have to pay attention. You have to ignore what the media tells you and just pay attention for yourself. But when Republicans hold office, they are attacked by the press. They are called names, and oftentimes, more times than not, they capitulate. They give in. They say, I'm sorry, even for something they didn't do. I'm not saying that Republicans never make mistakes, and they should apologize. We all should when we do that. I'm simply saying that the traditional way that this works is Republicans are in charge. It's happened with Bush. It's happened with Reagan. It's happened with Bush 1 back in 88 to 92. But to a great deal with Reagan, right? Reagan was an idiot, they said, just an actor, didn't have any business, was too stupid for the office, and all this sort of stuff. I mean, a lot of the same things they've said about President Trump as well. And normally, like with the Bush administration, for example, they would just ignore this as their numbers would plummet. They would let the media say whatever the media wanted to say, and they would just ignore the negative effects. And it hurt the office. It hurt the leadership. It hurt. It really was a devastating position politically to be in. But they thought that they were above the fray and all that sort of stuff, and they wouldn't get into that. But Trump says, forget that. I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight. And if you call me a name or you say something about me, I'm coming back after you with everything that I've got. Now, I know some folks don't like that. Some folks think, that's not necessary. We can't do that. But the point is that we need to have a fighter. We need to have someone who's not intimidated by the tactics and strategies implemented by the media and the radical left. That's simply a prerequisite. It is required. And I don't think the average, now you understand, but I think the average person in America truly gets just how prevalent this mindset, attitude, etc., is in the media and even in the Republican Party. The attack sense of the media, they want to advance the agenda of the left, the Democrat Party. They have that attack mode mindset. They're always playing the long game. They're always looking for weaknesses, the chinks in the armor. And Republicans in general think, how do I keep my head down? I don't want to be a victim of that. Who wants to go through all that? Who wants to be called names incessantly? Who wants to engage in fighting? It seemed as though Trump was energized by it. It seemed as though Trump was actually energized by it and was willing and ready and able to engage in it. And it got ugly. But the reason it got ugly was because the other side didn't stop. It's the same thing they'd always done. We just had a guy that fought back. And in fighting back, he tore back, removed the veil, lifted the veil, whatever you want to say, into just how truly atrocious our government has become. It is bloated isn't even the word. It is obese. It is inefficient. It is sometimes completely out of control. In extreme cases, it is perpetrating evil. We've seen this. We've seen this with what was done on the spying with the Trump administration. Or on the Trump the Trump campaign. I mean, you can go back to the Obama years and look what was done to the media, spying on certain members of the media. Tea Party groups or conservative groups were targeted by the IRS. On and on and on we go. And some of that had been lifted before, but man, this Trump has really ripped the cover completely off of this, and we now see that. And so even though Trump, I guess, is leaving here today, leaving the White House, his term is up, he is making way for President-elect, soon-to-be President Joe Biden. As much as I don't want to say that, that's where we stand. The movement is still here. And that's what I want to talk about today. I want to look a little bit at this, at his speech, some of the things that he highlights there. But the movement is there, and the movement is not going away, and Washington, D.C. knows it. That's why they're impeaching him. That's why they're still attacking him. This, my friends, is not going anywhere, especially and elected Republicans should be well aware of this. If they have intentions of being reelected or renominated or whatever, they best address issues pertaining to election security, free speech, and lots of other things as well that Trump has been talking about. But I've got to take a timeout. Timeout is in order here. We've got lots of stuff to do here on this Inauguration Day for Joe Biden. Kamala Harris happens in just a few short hours. I'm going to take a break, dry my tears. No, I'm just kidding. I don't have to dry my tears. I'll leave that for the radical left to scream and cry and all that sort of stuff. But no need to do that here. Come back and discuss this further when we get back. Sit tight. Be back in just a minute.
Listen to Todd's show on your way to work, but want to hear more? Don't miss a beat. Visit toddhuffshow.com/listen to catch the program anytime, anywhere.
Need to refresh or renovate your commercial space? Call Interior Construction Services today. Providing the highest level of quality construction at a competitive price, our service-minded team is here to deliver the detail-oriented environment you're looking to create on time and on budget. Call us at 317-991-4660 or visit us online at interiorconstruct.com. Interior Construction Services. Progressive, productive, professional.
The printing industry has changed a lot since we opened for business in 1931, but what our clients expect from us really hasn't changed. Quality print, fast turnaround, and competitive prices. We've learned a lot at Moeller Printing over 86 years and 3 generations. Why not put that experience to work for you? Call 317-353-2224 and mention discount code RADIO to receive 10% off your first order. Call Moeller Printing at 317-353-2224.
If you own a rental property, you know the hassles of marketing, renting, collecting, and the handling of maintenance and repairs. One call to Zuluscape can put an end to your property management headaches. Zuluscape has over 20 years of experience helping landlords throughout central Indiana and taking the stress out of owning a rental. From A to Z, let Zuluscape handle it all so you can enjoy owning a rental instead of hating being a landlord. Give us a call at 317-663-8485 or visit our website at Zuluscape.com.
What if your bank treated you like a person instead of an account number? What if you could sit across from the person you are opening an account with or requesting a loan from and have an actual conversation? You may be thinking, Todd, that's crazy talk. Well, not at Citizens Bank. Come visit them in Monrovia and meet Nick Gibson, their new branch manager, and the rest of their staff. Or give them a call at 317-831-0110. Citizens Bank is an equal housing lender and member FDIC.
Hunting, fishing, bows, guns, ammo, safes, and more. The Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood has all the gear you need for your outdoor experience. We have a huge selection of brands that other shops don't carry, and a friendly, knowledgeable staff ready to answer all your outdoor adventure questions. At Outdoorsman Sports Shop in Greenwood, you can even hone your archery skills at our indoor shooting range. Find us online at outdoorsmansportshop.com. So get outdoors, but bring the right gear.
Does your business have a plan for social media marketing? Are you reaching the right audiences through Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and the list goes on? Are you learning from the data? Jarbo can help. Our team doesn't just come in and tell you how to be successful. We help you execute and measure your sales and marketing efforts. Give us a call at 317-834-6560 or visit us online at jarbomarketing.com. That's jarbomarketing.com. Make social media work for you.
Are you concerned about your investments? Intrepid Financial has been educating, customizing, and servicing Hoosier investment portfolios since 1998. Our family-owned and operated business builds strong bonds with our clients. When you call, we answer the phone, always ready to walk you through your investment strategy. Intrepid means without fear. We want our clients to be fearless, to feel secure with their investments. Give us a call at 317-818-1776 or visit us online at intrepidfinancial.com.
Why would you call a company called Commercial Service for your home heating, cooling, and plumbing? Same question I had, because they have provided over 70 years of quality service and trained products for both homes and businesses in central Indiana. It's hard to stop Commercial Service, and it's hard to stop a train. Give them a call. I'm glad I did.
Call Commercial Service at 812-339-9114 or online at commercialservice.com. Commercial Service, commercial grade service for your home.
Welcome back. By the way, I want to mention that this program is brought to you in part by our friends at Spur of the Moments Creations. Spur of the Moments Creations. They produce handmade, homemade poured candles and melts that are made here locally in Fishers, the great state of Indiana. And they're selling through their website. Spur of the Moments Creations is where you can find them. And folks, I appreciate it. I'm grateful for all of our sponsors and advertisers. That is a necessary thing. Look, if we are going to keep our voices heard as we look at the post-Trump world and the reality of those that want to silence the words that I am saying or that you are saying, you are thinking, and we know that they're out there, and we know that they have a lot of power, and they don't like it. They don't like debate. But one of the things necessary in making sure that we can have these platforms is that we do basically stick together. And so this is kind of the opposite of the cancel culture, right? You don't like the cancel culture. Ooh, these people, they gave money to elect Josh Hawley. Shut them down, right? This is the same people that scream at the universe, who want to impeach Trump the second he was, elected or whatever, before he was elected. And so we have to combat this, and one way we can do that is to help those that make the message possible. So support our advertisers. By the way, you can find out more by visiting that website, supportouradvertisers.com. You can see a list of our advertisers and so forth. But anyway, just wanted to share that with you. Let's look again. Let's go back to this. Really, the movement is where I left off with President Trump. President Trump, the Make America Great Again movement, he tapped into something and led a movement of the American people that is still alive and well. You think about previous elections and movements and so forth in political history in this country, and you realize that they don't. There's some emotions during an election time, right? One candidate or one maybe person, one administration leaves, the other, the new one comes in. The one side is happy their guy is coming in. The other side's upset that their leader is leaving, or whatever the case may be, right? There's some emotions here. But the movement, I'm not talking about the organization. I know that Obama's organization stuck around, and they've been doing some things, and candidly, they've been effective behind the scenes, doing some things that I think a lot of people have no idea about their involvement in some of these things. They've been front and center on these things, but they've kept a low profile. The movement itself, that's different than the movement itself, right? I mean, you don't hear hope and change anymore. You still hear Make America Great Again. You drive down the street, you'll still see Trump and Pence signs. You'll see Trump flags flying in the yards of your neighbors. You will see people wearing Make America Great Again hats. It's because President Trump has tapped into exactly what a lot of Americans have realized about Washington, D.C. They are disconnected. They are elitist. They are micromanagers. They have placed a heavy burden on the American taxpayer. They have placed a burden upon you and your family. They don't like you to say things against them and their leadership. How dare you have the audacity to do that? In fact, you need to be shut down. You need to be taken off of Twitter or Facebook or whatever. You can't be allowed to do that. They want to take down Newsmax and OAN, CNN, really having a legitimate discussion about this. CNN, the group that whined and complained like a bunch of little babies. Jim, very fake news Acosta, always upset that President Trump was violating the First Amendment by criticizing the media and calling them fake news, to which Trump kind of played with him one time and said, "I'm sorry, Jim, for calling you fake news." And Jim kind of walked straight into the trap, and Trump said, "You're very fake news," which I and millions of other Americans love, because, folks, we are in an information battle. Right, and that's really the reason that this program exists, is to help shine light on truth and to talk about ideas. And I will say this: no matter what someone's ideas or ideology is. If they are not interested in explaining and articulating and debating, you should run away from them. If they say we should silence the other side, then you should really question what they're really trying to do. That is not healthy in a constitutional republic. That is not what the founders envisioned. That is not what is necessary for the free exchange of ideas and for you to be able to have the information you need. Other people have the information they need to make decisions. When one side hides information and the other side is silenced, when one side doesn't want to debate anything and the other side is not allowed to say anything, that is a very troubling political landscape. And so the movement lives on. There is literally no, at this point in time, no risk of the movement dying out. The people who have supported Trump, it's deeper. Some people think it's just because of Trump, and they'll say you're a cultist. They don't want to understand. They're deceiving themselves. They're condescending. They don't know how to combat it. There's a lot of reasons. But folks, the reason ultimately is because Trump believes in the American dream. And Trump believes in the American people. Trump believes in some of those core principles of the Constitution that have made this nation great. Now, he's not an ideologue. He's not someone that looks at the world through an ideological lens, but he is very he understands how important freedom is. He understands how important your ability to have your faith is, your ability to be able to protect yourself and your family with a firearm is. He understands how important it is to be able to say what is on your mind and conscience and not worry about being, basically blocked or censored from society. And anyone who understands freedom understands that as well. And so it's the ideas and his willingness to fight for those ideas and expose the corruption, the massive corruption, folks, that we have in Washington, D.C. is, again, as I said earlier, the veil is lifted. The veil is lifted, and we have seen not even the full ugliness of what is in Washington, D.C., but we've seen enough. We've seen enough to realize that it is a legitimate problem and something has to be done. And that something involves the standing up of the American people, the organizing of the American people, the commitment to the ideas in the Constitution. You could say in the Make America Great Again movement. Some people say, oh, it's racist and all this stuff. Come on. Give me a break. This is so patently ridiculous and silly. Some of the allegations that have been made about an idea that they all understand. They all understand, but they're afraid of it. That's what it comes down to. They're afraid of you. They don't want you to realize that you can fight back. They don't want, and I mean this in the most nonviolent way that you can comprehend. I don't mean physical. I just mean we're empowered. We're in some degree organized and empowered by what we've seen by the president, who's president still today, even though the left doesn't want to admit that. But Trump is still president here for the next few hours. And then, look, and I've really quickly, president, when Biden's inaugurated, he is going to be my president. I'm not going to play these stupid games of the left. Now, he's not the person I chose. I think he's got terrible ideas. Well, his people do. I don't know with Joe Biden anymore. You can go back at his past and you can see the type of politician and person this guy really is. But now he's in this stage where I'm not always even comfortable criticizing because there's something concerning there. But nonetheless, that movement, that ideology, there's a lot wrong. And I don't want to see that succeed. I want to see America succeed. I want to see the economy flourish. But in order for that to happen, the things that these folks want to see done cannot happen. And in that sense, I want their ideology to fail so that America succeeds, so that you succeed. And so we have to be prepared to fight back and to not capitulate. And I think Trump has inspired a lot of people to do that. He's empowered a lot of people to do that. and they are terrified and they don't like it. So timeout is in order here. Timeout is in order. Quick timeout. I'm going to come back. I'm going to play a couple sound bites from Trump's farewell address. There's so many to pick from. I needed to look at that during the break and see which ones I want to play. But we'll talk about those, play those after the break. Sit tight. You're listening to Conservative, Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Is it possible to be a fan of the show if you don't have the gear to prove it? Why not be safe and remove all doubt? Shop for official merchandise at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Healthcare is expensive and complicated. Did you know that as a Christian business owner, it is possible to provide access to affordable health benefits for your employees? Remodel Health has helped employers across the United States save over $22 million in the past 3 years. Our innovative approach allows your employees to have the health benefits they need at a cost you can afford. Go to remodelhealth.com/Todd to help your employees find the healthcare they deserve. Remodel Health. Rethink employee health benefits.
Our word can't be diluted because we are taught that a promise is a commitment in which you always follow through. No ifs, ands, or buts. So every time you walk through Greg Hubler Chevrolet doors, you can count on the advice and expertise we provide you. Because when we make a promise, we keep it. Greg Hubler Chevrolet. Promise kept. Visit GregHublerChevy.com. Find new roads.
Are you tired of manually opening the gate every time you pull in the drive, especially during the freezing cold, pouring rain, or hot, humid weather? Then Gatekeeper Services has your solution. They offer affordable residential and commercial motorized units for your gated properties. Veteran-owned with over 50 years' experience in motorized gate sales and repairs on any make or model, and with numerous entry control options, Gatekeeper Services takes pride being certified in both automated gate system design and operator installation. Simplify your life today by calling 317-714-4061.
Have you seen the price of custom cabinetry and countertops lately? If you're looking for quality, affordable remodels, call Carriage House Woodworking. Our helpful professionals will walk you through every step of the process. We're offering a free sink base with qualifying purchases. Just enter CHWEINC.com/Todd or call 317-406-3042. Call Carriage House Woodworking. You won't have to spend your kids' inheritance just to upgrade your kitchen.
This is the sound of your typical do-it-yourself suffer in completely over his head.
For heating, plumbing,
and electrical done right.
Call Mr. Quick. Call Mr. Quick. Dial the number, spell the words. For on time.
Ever wondered what shooting a real machine gun feels like? At Indie Trading Post, you can have an awesome and safe shooting experience in our family-friendly environment. Firing a weapon on full auto is something you will always remember. Schedule some range time today and let Indie Trading Post give you the real machine gun shooting experience. We guarantee you'll have a blast. Give us a call at 317-782-4867 or schedule your range time at fullautoindy.com.
Would you like to save 20% or more on your insurance? Let AIA and Avon do a free comparison for you. As an independent agent, we can find savings that fit your needs and budget. We work for you, not the insurance companies. Whether your insurance need is big or small, give AIA a call, 317-718-1747, or find out what we can do for you at AIA4lowrates.com.
When life is hard for the women you care about, there is help with issues such as widowhood, anxiety, depression, or abuse. They don't have to go through it alone. Peace Restored is there to walk with women through the journey. Peace Restored helps women through free mentoring, counseling, and education. When life is hard, Peace Restored is there to help women you care about find hope and healing. To learn more, visit peacerestored.net.
Welcome back. So I said during the break or before the break that I would play a couple of sound bites from this speech. And again, there's a lot to choose from. In fact, I'll have Pedals a little bit later today. She can post this speech for you to see in its entirety. It's about 20 minutes, and it's a good speech. He hits the high points of what his administration has done. He cast his vision. I guess he summarizes why he became interested and ran for president. He talks about, again, the accomplishments, and he's got a message of hope in here. It's amazing to me. I wish the haters, and they won't listen to this, but you listen to this. Remember, we were told Trump wasn't leaving the White House. Trump's going to start World War III. Nancy Pelosi wanted to take the nuclear codes from this guy. It was all a sham. It's all make-believe. It's all political theater to reinforce this idea that President Trump is some danger. He, of course, incited a riot at the Capitol building, they say. But where's the evidence? Play the clip. Have you heard the clip one time? Actually, the clip that I heard from the speech said to peacefully and patriotically walk down to the Capitol building and let them know what you think, pretty much. And that incited a riot, and now we've got Mitch McConnell he's apparently on board with impeaching Trump, and it's just ridiculous. It's truly stupid, really, if you get down to it. We're actually debating whether or not we can impeach a sitting president or someone who's not even sitting as president of the United States. There's actually a debate going on about this. When Nixon resigned, when he was facing impeachment charges, they didn't continue the impeachment charges. They dropped them. Impeachment is, designed if you're impeached and removed from office. That is the way that Congress can intervene and do something about a sitting president. The American people can vote if Trump decides to run in 2024, which I'm making no predictions or projections there. But if he does, he decides to run in 2024, you can decide. You can think about, maybe he did incite violence. I'm not saying he did, but that can be your choice. The people then have a choice again, a vote. When someone is sitting in the office of president, and something arises, you don't have that voice or that until the next election. So that's why there's impeachment. This isn't complicated stuff, but they want you to think it, and they're having some deep legal, theoretical debate about this, whether someone who's not president, whether someone who at noon today is going to be a citizen can be impeached. It's ridiculous. But really quickly, I'm a little bit off the time clock here, as sometimes is the case here. But I want to play this part of Trump's speech. I want you to listen to this soundbite.
Years ago, I came to Washington as the only true outsider ever to win the presidency. I had not spent my career as a politician, but as a builder looking at open skylines and imagining infinite possibilities. I ran for president because I knew there were towering new summits for America just waiting to be scaled. I knew the potential for our nation was boundless as long as we put America first. So I left behind my former life and stepped into a very difficult arena, but an arena nevertheless with all sorts of potential if properly done. America had given me so much, and I wanted to give something back. Together with millions of hardworking patriots across this land, we built the greatest political movement in the history of our country. We also built the greatest economy in the history of the world. It was about America first because we all wanted to make America great again. We restored the principle that a nation exists to serve its citizens. Our agenda was not about right or left. It wasn't about Republican or Democrat, but about the good of a nation, and that means the whole nation. With the support and prayers of the American people, we achieved more than anyone thought possible. Nobody thought we could even come close.
So there, he's summarizing, right? He's just summarizing why he did this, what he was facing, the movement itself, what Make America Great Again meant, what it means, what America First means, which somehow upsets the radical left. America first. How dare you say that? That's offensive to the rest of the world. That is such a ignorant thing to say. America first does not mean America at the expense of everyone else. It means we take care of our business. It's like how you live the rest of your life, right? If you manage your life and your family, right? This is how it's done. You don't say, I wake up in the morning and I'm going to, go fix my neighbor's problems. You're best equipped to help your neighbor if you're healthy yourself. Same way with your business. You focus on your business, what you're doing, your job. Doesn't mean that you don't care about anyone else's job. It means that you have to take care of what's in your controllable universe, right? This is common sense. It's how we live our lives. But suddenly on the world stage, if we say it's not, America first, or if we say it's America first, people gasp, how terrible. No one's saying America and nothing else. People are saying America first. This is the way we have to think. We have to take care of our business. We cannot solve every problem in the world. We can be a beacon of hope. We can get our business together. We can shine the light of liberty and freedom and truth. How about we do that? Nope. Instead, we want to quibble about whether it should be America first and how offensive Make America Great Again is and how that's racist. It's preposterous is what it is. They know it. You know it. I know it. And I've got to take a break. Sit tight. We'll continue this discussion when we return. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff, back in just a minute.
Looking to make a conservative, not bitter fashion statement? Check out our apparel online, including brand new items at toddhuffshow.com/shop today.
Geothermal tax credits are back, making this the perfect time to install a new Climate Master geothermal system. Take advantage of this limited time 26% tax credit and begin cutting your heating and cooling bills immediately. Visit indianageothermal.com/info to get your free Climate Master information kit or call 317-829-1490. Visit indianageothermal.com/info or call 317-829-1490. Geothermal, it's cheaper than you think.
All right, here we go. $100 down, $100 down, $200 down, $300.
I went to my first firearms auction a few years ago. It was hosted by TJ Freege, one of my good friends from high school, who is a champion auctioneer and one of the best in the business. In spite of objections from liberal legislators, I walked away with a .22 rifle and a few boxes of ammunition. And I had a great afternoon with my grandpa that I won't soon forget. If you've ever wondered what treasure you could find in an auction, visit FreegeAuctioneers.com and take a look at their upcoming Central Indiana auction schedule. That's Freege, Freije, auctioneers.com. Visit FreegeAuctioneers.com.
Hi, I'm TJ Freege, owner and lead auctioneer at Freege & Freege Auctions and Marketing. I invite you to come see the power of live auctions. It's fast, it's fun, it's transparent, and it's the absolute best way to ensure you get fair market value for your asset today. Get results, go auction.
Family owned since 1973, 5 East Main Street in Danville is ready to meet your equipment needs by selling, renting, and servicing several makes and models of lightweight residential or heavy-duty commercial equipment. We carry and service top-name brands like Ferris, Kubota, Steel, Gravely, Honda Power, Land Pride, and more. Visit edwardstractor.com or call 317-745-6427 to check out our clearance specials today. At Edwards Equipment, we don't just sell you any piece of equipment, we sell you the right piece of equipment.
Fireplaces can be beautiful and even essential in heating some homes. But did you know they could be dangerous to your family if not properly maintained? Chimneys need to be cleaned and inspected annually. My family and I had Smalling Masonry inspect ours. They are friendly, informative, on time, and helped us use our wood-burning stove more efficiently. Call Christian-owned Smalling Masonry today at 317-903-8121 and mention my name, Todd Huff, for a 15% off chimney inspection and sweep.
Wallace Construction is a family-owned business with 45 years' experience in asphalt, concrete, and seal coating. At Wallace Construction, our wide variety of experience and top-notch customer service have helped us build a strong reputation in Central Indiana. But we don't rest on that reputation. We build it, one job at a time. If you have an upcoming project, call us at 317-422-5356. That's Wallace Construction, 317-422-5356, and ask for Richard or Roger.
The compassion of Christ. It's living life connecting to the broken and messy world. It's not simply walking down the street and dropping a quarter in someone's bucket. It's been perverted by Satan from biblical compassion to feeling sorry for, and sympathy isn't where God wants us to live. It's connecting to broken people in our daily life. Living the compassion of Christ.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So here we are going through a little bit of Trump's speech. Time permitting here. Again, the whole thing we'll post on our website, toddhuffshow.com. Also on social media. Pedals will take care of that later this morning. So I want to play this part. This is the concluding remarks, and I want to play this. I want to get as much of this in as I can. And I think this encapsulates a big reason for Trump's success and how he resonates with the American people. Here it is. Perfect time for this thing to hold on here. Bear with me, folks. So I said the American people. I really should say he talks about here in his concluding remarks the image that sticks with him the most. So here it is. Why is this not going, folks?
For years,
there we go.
One image rises in my mind above all others. Whenever I traveled all along the motorcade route, there were thousands and thousands of people. They came out with their families so that they could stand as we passed and proudly wave our great American flag. It never failed to deeply move me. I knew that they did not just come out to show their support of me. They came out to show me their support and love for our country. This is a republic of proud citizens who are united by our common conviction that America is the greatest nation in all of history.
That's right.
We are and must always be a land of hope, of light, and of glory to all the world. This is the precious inheritance that we must safeguard at every single turn. For the past 4 years, I have worked to do just that. From a great hall of Muslim leaders in Riyadh to a great square of Polish people in Warsaw, from the floor of the Korean Assembly to the podium at the United Nations General Assembly, and from the Forbidden City in Beijing to the shadow of Mount Rushmore. I fought for you, I fought for your family, I fought for our country. Above all, I fought for America and all it stands for.
Amen.
And that is safe, strong, proud, and free.
Amen.
Now, as I prepare to hand power over to a new administration at noon on Wednesday, I want you to know that the movement we started is only just beginning.
That is correct.
There's never been anything like it. The belief that a nation must serve its citizens will not dwindle, but instead only grow stronger by the day. As long as the American people hold in their hearts deep and devoted love of country, then there is nothing that this nation cannot achieve. Our communities will flourish. Our people will be prosperous. Our traditions will be cherished. Our faith will be strong. And our future will be brighter than ever before. I go from this majestic place with a loyal and joyful heart, an optimistic spirit, and a supreme confidence that for our country and for our children, the best is yet to come. Thank you and farewell. God bless you. God bless the United States of America.
Well, there you have it. Now, again, the rest of the speech is worth listening to. It's about 20 minutes. But we will link to that on our website and our social media accounts today. So, got to take a break. Come back and wrap up. You're listening to Conservative Not Bitter Talk. I'm your host, Todd Huff. Back in just a minute.
Like what you hear on Todd's show? Why not get more by signing up for Todd's free Semi-Sweet Morsels of Truth newsletter? To subscribe, visit toddhuffshow.com/subscribe or text HUFF to 31996.
Problems in the bedroom? not that kind, bed bugs. At Integrated Pest Control, we make sure you never have to worry about any pests in your home or business again. We are the bed bug specialists with over 20 years of combined experience. Our promise is to keep your home or business completely pest-free for 90 days, or we will retreat the area absolutely free. Visit IntegratedPestControlLLC.com or call 317-349-0094 for your free bed bug inspection.
Hi, my name is Lily. My mom and dad used to fight about money all the time. Then one day, I heard them talking about this guy, some uncle I never knew, called Uncle Sam. Well, they say this Uncle Sam guy wanted them to pay him like $1 gazillion, and they didn't have $1 gazillion. So they called this company they heard on the radio called the Tax Doctor. And the Tax Doctor worked with Uncle Sam's people. I think they're called the IRS. And they were able to work it out so my mom and dad didn't have to pay Uncle Sam very much money at all. So now mom and dad are happy, and I'm happy too. Thanks, Tax Doctor.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state, call now and pay less. 800-281-0266. 800-281-0266. That's 800-281-0266.
There's a lot going on in the world today, and with so much going on, it's sometimes hard to maintain balance. Jesus said in John 16:33, "In this world you will have tribulation, but take heart, I have overcome the world." I'm Pastor Jeff Floyd of the Martinsville First Church of the Nazarene. To experience how life can be better with Jesus, come worship at M1 Church at 10 a.m. this Sunday, 1609 John R. Wooden Drive in Martinsville, or catch our live stream service on Facebook at M1 Church. For more information, visit m1nazarene.org. Have a great day today in Jesus.
Hi, this is Caleb with Gluff Plumbing. Does your home need some plumbing updates? Gluff Plumbing is your solution. We specialize in updating old plumbing, everything from water heaters to well pumps, to underground leaks and everything that has to do with water entering and leaving the home, including water and sewer main excavations. We pride ourselves on old-fashioned customer service. Call Gluff Plumbing at 765-721-6789 or visit gluffplumbing.com. That's GLUFF plumbing.com. Call us today.
Hey Indy, Sid here with Kill a Dent Removal. We specialize in a paint-free repair process known as PDR. Our certified master technicians remove dents and dings of all shapes and sizes, including hail damage, with zero body fillers, zero painting, and zero diminished value. Most repairs are completed the same day, many even while you wait. Check us out at killadentremoval.com, and remember folks, don't paint your car, go PDR.
Hi, this is Kenton with Christian Community Connect. We're a network of business professionals that are committed to living out our faith in the marketplace by preferring one another in love while serving everyone. With online listings at $27 per month, if you're a Christian in business, committed to treating others as you would want to be treated, we would love to include you. Check our reviews and sign up at ChristianCommunityConnect.com.
Folks, I know many of you are disappointed, discouraged, disheartened today, and I understand. I mean, we have a real fight on our hands here, and we need to hold true to the principles, communicate those, persuade people, find candidates. We got a lot of work to do here. But folks, we have truth on our side. We have the Constitution on our side. We have philosophy, all these things that made this country great, these founding principles. All those things are on our side. So be tough. These things have always been the enemy of those who want to rule and control our lives, the ruling class. We've been in positions before that are difficult and succeeded, and we will do that yet again. But folks, I've got to go. Have a great day. SDG. See you tomorrow. Take care.
As a listener of this program, I have no doubt that you embrace the value of hard work, honesty, and integrity. And when you have the opportunity to work with a company that fully embraces and shares these values, I'm sure you jump at it. Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing is just that type of company in Central Indiana. Jeff and Jod Woods have a team of professional technicians here to help tune up your furnace or install a quality new train system. And they're also here to fix those nasty plumbing problems that seem to happen at the absolute worst time. So the next time you have a plumbing, heating, or cooling need, give the good folks at Economy Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing a call. Call 317-831-5279. That's 317-831-5279 or air.com.
Hey Indianapolis, by now you've probably heard about Jody Dowdle with Midwest Tax Group. Jody and his team are experts at helping you prepare your personal or small business tax returns. You can count on Midwest Tax Group to get every deduction possible and work for your higher refund. And not just on this year's taxes, they'll check your prior returns for any tax savings you may have missed for free. Are you behind on filing your returns? They can file past due returns and help negotiate with the IRS too. They complete most tax returns within a week and charge an affordable flat fee, no hourly billing. And as their client, you can consult with the team at Midwest Tax Group year-round at no charge. Midwest Tax Group has 4 office locations in Castleton, Greenwood, Plainfield, and Greenfield, with evening and weekend appointments available. Schedule your appointment today at 317-288-5260. That's 317-288-5260. Or visit their website at mwtaxgroup.com. Midwest Tax Group can help you more than any piece of software ever could.